And when I say 1, 2, 3, stupidity, you are there. Are we ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, stupidity! Unbelievably so. And the book is launched. And you can see for sure that all our panelists are actually here. No one's been imprisoned between the time the notices went out and today's morning.
Look at all the issues that was brought to the table today, here, tonight. Just remember this, we're going to discuss this for the next 2 years, right? And we'll discuss this over and over again until there is some resolution. The reality is there won't be a resolution. Even if there's a new government that comes in the next general election, they will have to raise money to pay for all these debts. Why not? Exactly. So that's what he says, right? So, but some of the loans are guaranteed by the government of Malaysia. Okay? So every 1 ringgit that goes to the black hole of 1 MDB is 1 ringgit less for Malaysians. Okay? No, it's your debt right now. It's not your money. Right? Okay, but there's 200 of us in this room, and we know this, so we are here and we are discussing this. This reality is not percolating to the rest of Malaysia. Okay, this is a government that has minority vote. They were elected in by rural seats. Okay, most of the ministers come from rural seats, right? I wouldn't want to insult my fellow Malaysians who in rural areas, but their representatives have a village mind, right? They think that they own the world. Right, so we can discuss this and we can argue about this. The reality is 200 of us cannot make any changes. Tony Pua can talk all he wants, no difference. He's in Petaling Jaya Utara and that's all he can do. Okay? I don't think he can even go home. Immigration might put him back. Alright? So, after all that's said today, and I don't want to add any points because there's a lot to digest here, whether legally, politically, economically, there's so many issues on the table. We can discuss this, you can ask questions. But I just want you all to remember this. We are the more enlightened ones because we have slow internet. We read more than other people. We might not necessarily read Utusan or Berita Harian or watch RTM1 or TV3 News, but the rest of Malaysia does. So they are being fed this illusion that everything is well and fine. They are being fed the illusion that there's a huge international Jewish conspiracy against our Prime Minister. They are being fed this illusion and delusion that everybody except the Malays are against the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister represents all the Malays. This is a Malay government. This is Malaysia. Every attack against him is an attack against the Malays. Every attack against him is an attack against Malaysia. Just remember this narrative. This is the narrative that's going out now. Okay, so how are you and I going to discuss all these issues without being accused of being unpatriotic and being part of this great plot to unseat a democratically elected Prime Minister, which is bullshit. Right? That's completely bullshit. We don't elect our Prime Minister. Right? We leave it to 222 guys in Parliament, one of them is Tony Pua, to decide for us. And even then, he doesn't have that right because the king decides who has the majority. Right? So even that right is denied of Tony Pua. And he gets paid by us, by the way, so just remember that. Right? So we can do all this here, really. But my point, and I've been saying this to Ambiga for the longest time, is all these forums and panels in Kuala Lumpur do not push the message beyond Kuala Lumpur. Right? And it doesn't push the message when we're all speaking in English, right? So I hope Pak Chong will readily help Kee Thuan Chye brush up his Bahasa, right? And do a Bahasa version of this book. Do little videos where you discuss this. You get Terence to speak in Bahasa. I'll try to speak in Bahasa. Because the message has to go out to the rest of Malaysia. Okay, 3 things are very, very stark about the last elections. One is they lost the majority vote. They lost the confidence of the business community. That's why they had to seek donations or they were given donations, right? And the third thing is the ruling government is left with incredibly delusionally, apparently stupid people, right? So that's the cabinet of today. You know, Terence was saying, why are they stupid? You know, or do they do it for a reason? The reason they do it is they want to show to their voters that they're doing their job. And if they can simplify all the arguments into us against them, they win. You know, the rural folks, be they Malay, Chinese or Indian, cannot fathom 42 billion. Right? They cannot fathom 42 million from SRC. They are trying to get 10 ringgit a day. Right? They don't understand what we are talking about. They don't understand integrity. They don't understand. They know honesty, but they don't understand anything else. They think in a feudal mindset. They think this is patronage. You give me something, I will vote for you. I have no other choice. That's the situation in Sarawak. That's the situation in most rural parts of here. Because we have this new feudalist lords. We have to do something about it. And we cannot do it if we are in Greater Klang Valley, unfortunately. You know, so you think of all the issues of the day, and then think about it in Bahasa, and spread it to 10 people, and let them spread it to 10 other people. And then you might see a difference in the next general election. But I still stand by what I said. Even if we have a new government, we cannot solve one MDB. We can prosecute people, we can put them to jail. It's like Kee Toyo, there's still no satisfaction. 1 year jail, there's no satisfaction. Right? But how many years do you want him to serve? You still won't get any satisfaction. Right? You kill him, you still won't get any satisfaction. So we need to find ways of what Ambiga says. We need to bring integrity and honesty back to our severely compromised, damaged institutions. They're all gone. We need to do that slowly. We need to build them up. We need to cheer, even though I think Zeti closed one eye when all the money was going in and out. Personally, I feel that. So she's now a hero, but I don't think so. They were all severely compromised. They're trying to salvage a bit of their reputation. We need to show them, we Malaysians, not just here but everywhere, that there is a certain standard. And that's the gold standard. Everyone has to be honest. Right? There is no leeway in this. And you can show it in the next elections, you can show it anywhere. You need to talk to all your MPs and your state assemblymen, be they Barisan Nasional or Pakatan, I don't know what. I still don't know. Is there a Pakatan? I don't know. Okay, you speak to DAP, PAS and PKR, PSM and all that individually and say, I need you to meet my standards. And the standard is simple. In our everyday life, we have the standards. Our parents taught us this. Our schools taught us this. If we don't do that, all this talk, the next 2 years, all the books that Kee Thuan Chye will write will come to naught. You know, if you do not take it and read it out and explain to people what Kee Thuan Chye has observed. Whether Malaysia will survive one MDB? Yes, because we'll just issue more money to cover one hole, but our ringgit will just go down and down and down. Okay, will Najib survive one MDB? He has. He's still Prime Minister. Right? I leave you with that thought. Thank you very much.